All right, hello everybody. I'm Alex with the Sandbox. And hi, already a bunch of people in the chat. This is exciting. I guess some people heard that there might be a giveaway. So, let's get started with a little test giveaway. So we're gonna make sure everything's working nicely here and everybody understands what's going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and begin the giveaway. And what we're giving away to start with is this sand fountain that you're looking at right now. This is one of the assets that I made for pre-sale round 2. And yeah, good morning, everybody. So we're going to start the giveaway. You might see something on screen there. So you want to make sure that you're on the Sandbox's Twitch. So if you are not on Twitch, if you're on YouTube, you'll want to switch over to Twitch if you want to join the giveaway. Or if you're on Facebook, you want to jump over to Twitch. So let me make sure to put that URL in the chat for everybody. So everybody knows where they're going here. I probably should have had that ready ahead of time, but whatever. We're going to go to twitch.tv/ I believe it's... Let's see. The Sandbox game. That's what it is. I'm going to put it here. It's in the chat if you need to copy that. So go to twitch.tv/ the Sandbox game. And you want to type in !Sandbox rules in the chat. And that will enter you into the giveaway for this NFT. And we've got one entry so far. Oh, there's some more. So we are going to play the trailer for the latest game that I've been building. And when we're done with that, we're going to give away this NFT. Okay? So let's get rid of that. And let's watch the trailer. And keep on typing in Sandbox rules in there so we get lots of people entered. Okay? Alrighty. So that was Brimstone. That's the latest game that I've been working on. Kind of like a escape the cataclysm thing going on there. And let's see, how many entries do we have? We've got 21 people entered so far. We'll give it away when we hit 25 entries. So if you haven't typed in !Sandbox rules in the Twitch chat, go ahead and do that real quickly. I got 2 more and then we'll give it away. And 1 more. We're almost there, guys. I'm just going to make sure I have a little note here so I can keep track of who won. All right, that's it. We're at 25, so I'm going to stop the giveaway. And the winner is Gorilla Jacket. All right, Gorilla Jacket. So I've copied your name down. I'm going to send you a direct message at the end of the stream, which is about an hour. So if you're on the Eastern Seaboard here with me, that'll be 12 noon. And yeah, so you just won the sand coin fountain that I made for the last pre-sale. And we're going to do another giveaway. And this one's going to be for a land parcel. So these are the big sections of land that I've been building these games on here. So let's talk some news, and then I'll open up that giveaway. It's only one one chance per entry. So if you've already typed in Sandbox rules for the first giveaway, I think I don't know if it resets. You can go ahead and enter. Yeah, if we restart the giveaway, you can enter a second time. But if you don't get more entries the more times you type it in, just so you know, so we don't fill up the chat totally with entries. All right, so Gorilla Jacket, stay tuned. I will talk to you soon. And let's see here. Let's talk about what's going on with the Sandbox. So, thank you to everybody who gave me well wishes last week. I know we missed stream last week. I was not feeling so well, but I'm doing a lot better now, and that is all good. And really, there hasn't been too much other news except the contest. The staff has finished voting on contest entries, the 200 contest entries that we had for the asset contest going on the past few weeks. And we have narrowed it down to the top places, and we're going to be setting up community voting on those. So I think it's going to be the top 10. And stay tuned on the Sandbox Twitter, and or if you use Medium, they'll be posting a Medium article when all that goes live. So there will be a page where everybody in the community can go and vote on those the top picks, and some of them are really amazing. I have like 2 specifically that I really want to win, but we'll see what the community picks. As a lot of the entries were really, really great, and yeah, I'm excited for everybody to see those. So stay tuned. That should be coming out sometime this week, so keep an eye out for that. All right, so I am going to open up the giveaway again, and this one's going to run for the whole stream. So hopefully we'll get a lot of people entering, and we're going to restart giveaway. And there, it's refreshed, so people can keep on entering. I'm going to move this over to the side, so that way it doesn't totally cover up what I'm showing you guys. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the game Brimstone that I put together here. And I apologize if I miss any questions with all the contest entries. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat here, but if anybody is helpful and can answer questions too in the chat, that'd be nice. So I should probably pay attention to what I'm doing, because this starts really fast. So so we don't want to miss this. All right, so we start off in a city here, and immediately rocks start falling from the sky. So I wanted to make sure that we had a good collision here with the cars right at the beginning of the trailer. I wanted to make this really cinematic, so the goal was to have specific sort of events going on. So we've got all sorts of crazy stuff going on: buildings falling down, cars flying. That doesn't usually fly. That's going a little crazy. There's just a lot of chaos going on, and as more features get put here into the game maker, I'll be able to control it a little bit better. Right now, there's a lot of randomness and chaos as these rocks pour out of the sky here. So, yeah, this was pretty much it. I just wanted a really intense, cataclysmic trailer, like blockbuster movie kind of thing going on. So we got people running around screaming, and rocks falling, and buildings toppling over, all sorts of debris getting knocked around. I'm actually sad that this is still standing. I had earlier, before I had built more of the city, I actually had a rock fall and squarely smack this sign right in the middle like that and knock it over, which was really funny, but I wasn't recording when it did that, so I missed that opportunity, and it'll probably never happen again, because these rocks are all random here, falling from the sky. So it's a pretty short, run through this little gauntlet here, but let's take a look at how it's all put together. And let's see. Yeah, we've already got 35 entries. I see there's almost 80 people watching though. So just a reminder, everybody, go to twitch.tv/the Sandbox game, I believe it was, if you want to enter. If you are on my Twitch channel, it's not going to work for you. So you do have to go to the official Sandbox Twitch. And the everything that I've done, good question, Redaragon. This is a one land parcel here, and that's also what the giveaway is for. So the land size that we're giving away is this right here. This is a 96 by 96 meter, 128 meter tall land parcel. Gives you a lot of space to work with, and yeah. So let's take a look at what I call the Armageddon Engine here. So these are just the first rocks that I set up to fall straight down. Thank you, RC. So these first rocks, they just drop as soon as the level starts, because I wanted them to specifically hit the cars here. Hey, MMX Art. Yes, yeah, we want to see your kaijus running around. And yeah, so these rocks immediately fall and hit these cars. And I set the cars up to have physics. So normally these cars with their logic settings, they're called a moving platform. You can set a move speed. You can tell them to turn to face the direction they're moving in. And you can set their what position they go to, and then it'll loop back. Thank you. Yeah, that kaiju was fun. That was a group effort, the kaiju. So I did the modeling, and then our animation team leader, actually he set up the human template that it was based on, and then he made modifications because those limbs are a little shorter than a normal human. So yeah, how to enter the giveaway? All you have to do is make sure you're on the Sandbox Twitch channel and type !Sandbox rules in the chat. It should say it at the top of the thing right here. Yeah, at the top right corner of the screen. Has all the instructions you need, and it's only one entry per person commenting. And so the cars are set up with that moving platform behavior, and I also turned on physics for them. So normally they would just have collisions, which means if you're a person running around, it'll push you. But with physics plus collision, then when those rocks hit them, they go flying like crazy. So we'll take a good look at that. So it drops down, and instead of just pushing through them, they go ET style, flying over them. And they actually, when they crash into the building, they keep on going. So that's pretty fun. Did that work for anyone? Did what work? King Harvest, what are you talking about? The entry? The entry box might be all filled up here. Oh no, we got 43. Yeah, there's still room in there. Do you have to stay in the stream in order to win? You know what? I'm not entirely sure if you disconnect from the chat, it might not pick you, but I'm not 100% sure on that. You could leave, and if you win, I guess you'll find out, or you could stick around. I'm only going to be on for about 45 minutes, and if we hit 100 entries, I'll go ahead and I'll end the contest, and we'll pick it from the 100. But we're at 45 now, so who knows? You know, if people keep on coming in, we'll see what happens there. Because yeah, I want you guys to see all this cool stuff we've been working on. So where was I? These cars are crashing around, and this building, I wanted this building to fall over, but the problem is these rocks hitting it won't necessarily knock it over, and they're really super random, so you never know what's going to happen with it. So what I did is I did some movie magic, and if we go underground here, you can actually see that these recycling bins, or I guess these are trash bins, these trash bins have a moving platform logic, and they rise up after a short delay. They just keep pushing up underneath the back of the building, tilting it forwards. So if I can kick down this fence. Wow. Run back here, and in just a few seconds we'll see, yep, they start rising up, and they push the building right over. Now with all the falling rocks, sometimes it doesn't fall over right away, and then as the rocks keep on falling, sometimes it actually bounces the building back. So it can be a little bit crazy. Yeah, there might be a little bit delay for your name showing up, and if there's enough entries, we might run out of room for the names showing up. But that total number of entries should keep going up as people join in. And that was pretty much it as far as the decorations going on down here. We've got all the lampposts are physics enabled. Well, lampposts, not the street light though. The street light will fall over because it's lopsided in weight if I do that. Fire hydrants going off. So hopefully in the next version of the Game Maker, we might start seeing some particle effects. And we could start doing stuff like flames coming out of cars, water spraying out where a fire hydrant used to be. There should be all sorts of cool options like that. Sandbox is cool. Own 2 parcels, however, I cannot program, so I can't even build something cool there. Oh, well, this I made this with no programming. So pre-capav, this took no programming on my part. This was basically like playing Minecraft in creative mode, and then I tweaked some numbers and settings to put all this together. So the kind of stuff that I did was basically, if I wanted to set up this car to move, I click on the logic window. I can tell it to be a moving platform. There's different options like NPCs, stuff like that. And then I just set how fast I want it to move, how long I want it to wait before it moves, where it moves to, and that's it. So, and then for the physics, I just turned on gravity for it. So yeah, it is pretty cool for no programming, and it's really fun to make stuff in here because you can just place the objects. You've got a whole library of things you can work with. Eventually, this will be plugged into the marketplace, so if you buy things on the marketplace, you'll be able to put them in. Hi, VBX. Did I design every asset on the scene? No. I did create several of them, and I can show you which ones that I did. So these red brick buildings, there's a couple different sizes of them. Not this more orangey one, but the very red ones. I did those and the cement buildings that kind of match the same. They're basically the same layout, but different styles of artwork. And then I did the cars. So the ruined cars here and the not ruined cars. And these are actually fully modeled inside. You can kind of see it if I can get the camera to turn around here. So there's no glass transparency, but you can actually, these cars, you can set up all the different doors and trunk and hood to open and stuff like that. There's different animations set up for that. And then there's the ruined car. And I did, I did this big rock. This is actually, I wanted this just to look like a really big rock that had fallen from the sky. This is actually a cave. It's called the Wolf Den. And I made several different of these rock formations for different animal spawns. And I think that's everything that I did in here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. So let me go back in the chat here. How will sound effects be handled? I'm not sure yet. There are not sound effects currently. Of course, there will be sound effects at some point. I do not know exactly how that's going to be implemented. I know that the developers are working very hard on bringing the next version. I don't know if we'll see sound effects or not. That would be awesome. But yeah, we are trying to set up ways to kind of give people more previews. We're trying to set up a Trello board so that way people who are interested in the development aspect of this can kind of keep track of new features coming up, what's going to be in the next update, maybe make requests or report bugs, things like that. So keep an eye out for that. I don't know how soon that will be available, but that is planned. Is there a height limit? Yes, there is a height limit. It is 128. So you can actually put things over the height limit right now. I don't know if that will always be a feature. But if you put something above the height limit, it's almost like there's a floor underneath you. So if I was to put my avatar way up here, I would actually fall until I hit this. This is at the top of the height limit right here. I would hit that, and I wouldn't be able to fall down inside the level. So any objects up there get stuck. You can't build with the blocks outside of the limits. You can only move objects out of that area. Let's see. What other things are people saying? I'm just catching up on the chat here. You'd love to build an art gallery, crypto Boston art gallery. Yeah, I'm interested in doing art gallery stuff too. I think that would be a really cool way to show off what people are doing, both 3D models and like 2D art. Our friends over at Crypto Motors have made Pixel Chain, a new blockchain system for sharing pixel art, and I would think it would be awesome if there would be a way to set up galleries and do like art opening events, as kind of like a social gathering aspect. So I'm definitely interested in doing stuff like that. That'd be really cool. Let's see. Is it possible to build similar to Showroom and sell items, maybe through OpenSea links? That is something we're interested in doing. It's not something that you can do yet, but we'll see where the game maker goes. And I think somebody already asked that. Yeah, this is a one land parcel, 96 by 96 by 128 meters. A fart gallery. I'm sure my kids would love that. Let's see. Yeah, and gather all your own NFTs. So yeah, you could put your own like portfolio together on a land if you wanted to. I mean, that'd be really cool. You could make a whole bunch of your own assets and do a museum of your own artwork. That would be super cool. I would definitely be interested in checking those out. I was an art major, so like setting up galleries and going to, events and stuff like that is right up my alley. Okay, so I think I'm caught up with the questions. So let's actually take a look at the Armageddon Engine, what I like to call it. So like I said before, these were just my rocks that fall down. Those are the first ones to hit the car, and I kind of timed them so that way they would hit at the right moment for the trailer. But most of the rocks are coming out of this baby. And, I'm actually going to move the avatar up above the skybox. So if I type in like 129, that'll actually put me above the 128 limit. And when I hit play, I'm actually going to be walking on top of the sky here. So you can see it's tossing out all of these rocks, and I've got another version of this saved from before I built the cloud and the city and everything, so you can kind of get a better look at it. But this will be a first view, and you can see that I'm using the biggest assets in this right now are the buildings, so they're the easiest ones to kind of push things around with. And this is kind of like that. I don't know if any of you went to Chuck E. Cheese as a kid. It's kind of like that game where you try to push the coins off the tray. I never played that one because it just seemed like not fun, and you would never win if you would just waste money on it. But this basically works on the same principle of tossing the tossing the rocks out. So let me open up. Yeah, so you see a lot of rocks are getting stuck on here because I didn't really plan for it with the clouds. When is the drawing? The drawing is, what time is it? 11:22. It's either going to be when we've got 100 entries, or at noon. If people are really impatient, maybe we can do it another 10, 15 minutes. LOL scams. You love that game, Russ. I never played it. I just looked at it and I was like, it doesn't really look like fun. And you put a coin in and you lose the coin and that's it. And just expensive to play. Maybe I just didn't understand it. If I had somebody, I only ever had like the little cup of you get 10 tokens and that's all you get kind of thing when I was a kid. Until when I was 18, my girlfriend had her 18th birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese as a joke, and Yeah, we had a lot more money, so we played a lot more games. No subtitles. Uh, for me, for me talking right now. Can we do subtitles for me talking right now? Oh, there we go. I thought it froze up for a second. It just wasn't recognizing my mouse. Yeah, I'm sorry, Daniel. I don't know how to do subtitles for live. But if you watch on YouTube after, it should have the automatic subtitles. How does it work? Are you asking about the giveaway? Just when we either get 100 entries or in about 10 or 15 minutes, we'll do the giveaway. Because I don't want you guys to all disappear before I finish showing you this stuff. It's, I worked hard on this. So we're going to go back to the main menu, and I'm going to open up an earlier version of this. When's the next land sale due to these being sold on OpenSea? The next land sale has not been announced yet, so I'm not actually part of deciding that stuff. So I do not know. However, there should be an NFT sale coming up very soon. So how do you apply to entry for a land? You just type in ! Sandbox rules, and that's it. And it should put your name up here in this little box with everybody else. It might take a minute for it to show up. And what's my role in the sandbox? So I have several. I started off in the creator fund. Yeah, you're welcome, Nix. Thank you for joining. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy this, so it's not like oh, I have to do streaming today. It's this is fun. So my roles. I started off in the creator fund as an artist, and then I started doing tutorials to help with VoxEdit, which is the voxel art program that we use in the creator fund. So that kind of got me working more with the staff. And Dan, you might want to put a space between your smiley and sandbox rules. I don't know if it'll recognize it with that right at the end. And now I'm a lot more involved with staff. I'm working full time as a freelancer for the Sandbox, so I am the Creator Fund artist manager. I guess it's not like an official title, but I'm the manager for the group leaders. And so all the group leaders check the artwork that everybody's working on, and then I check the artwork after that. So basically all the artwork for the past month or two, I've been reviewing. That's been going through the Creator Fund, and it's a lot of stuff. Sometimes I'm usually looking at like 50 plus assets a week, but it's really cool to get to work with so many great artists and help them put out their best work. And how did I discover the Sandbox originally? Facebook, a Facebook ad, actually. Well, that's not entirely true. So I knew about the 2D Sandbox games on iOS. I had known about those from years before. I had seen them, on the iOS App Store. And so I kind of knew about Pixel a little bit. And then I saw, I started getting really into voxel art. And I guess that set off the algorithm for Facebook advertising saying, hey, this person likes voxel art. And I saw an ad for the Creator Fund, and I was like, well, that sounds cool. And that was over a year ago, year and a half ago. It was a long time ago now. So it's come a long way. What do I think about VR World, Sonium Space, Crypto Voxels, Centraland? I haven't really gotten involved with those too much. This is really my first blockchain experience, and I don't have VR equipment, so I haven't really gotten into those. If I'm going to be totally honest, I think we have the best artwork. Now I'm biased because I help with all of it, but I think that we're pushing a really nice style, and getting so many people involved as artists in an official way lets us have like a really strong kind of brand look. And I think we're putting out really great artwork. And And the same production team. I don't know who all is the same on the team. So I know Sebastian is our COO of Pixel, and I think he's been around. He's one of the co-founders. So I think he's been around the whole time. There's probably some developers that are on both. I know some of our people in the community who help with like moderation and stuff. They've been around for the other games. This is the first one I've been involved with. I kind of combined with and in into one word. So yeah, I'm talking too fast and I'm losing hydration. Okay, so let's show the Armageddon engine here. So what's going on here is we've got these two buildings kind of pressing in, and they're there to kind of like stir up all the rocks. So we've got this one here that kind of pushes stuff back to the really forceful one that pushes it out. And to make sure the pieces get moved around and none kind of get stuck, I've got these four diamond-shaped pieces pushing back and forth to kind of shuffle things around. And then I've got this kind of limiting gate here, which keeps it all from coming out at once. Because the problem I had with the first version of this I made is everything got smashed out all at once and it was over in like 5 seconds. And I needed a way to kind of make some of the stuff bounce back and not all fall at once, because then it's over too soon. So can we make our own skies in on our lands? Not yet. That's not in the game maker yet, but this is very early alpha, so I imagine a lot of this is going to be changing. We'll have to stay tuned to see how that goes. Missed having a decent voxel sandbox since Landmark. I've never even heard of Landmark. I'm not familiar with that one. Let's see. Can you build underground? Yes, you can build into the ground. So it's basically Minecraft with advanced terrain editing tools. So you've got box editing where you can drag a 3D box and you can just you can dig down, and then you can do the same building like that. And then you've got an advanced brush, and you can set either a diamond shape, and you can make like pyramids, you can do cubes, and you can do spheres, and you can set the size. So if I wanted to make like an egg shape, I could do that. And then you can go up to 12 by 12 blocks like that, and you can draw with it too. So you can make like hills really fast. All right, you guys are asking questions so fast. Let's see. How many parcels overall in the sandbox? It is very large. I do not remember the number off the top of my head. I believe it's tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. Maybe if somebody in the chat remembers, maybe you could chime in. I know it's published on the Sandbox's Medium. The total land size. It is limited. There's a max limit to lands. You could build more games and just save them locally, which is how it works right now. You just wouldn't be able to publish them to a land space. Let's see, is the editor available to anyone? Not yet. It will be eventually. So right now, it's just available to staff and people who are in the Game Maker Fund. It will soon be getting released partially to landowners. There's a lot of landowners, so we're not releasing it to everybody at once, because then there will just be so many questions and it'll be hard to keep everybody satisfied with what they need to know. So we're going to kind of roll it out slowly to landowners and let them kind of absorb the information and get used to it. And eventually we'll be able to do a general release. So that I am looking forward to seeing what everybody's going to make, because it's going to be awesome. Let's see some more chat here. Will the Brimstone demo be available in the Alpha Game Maker release for us to test out? I'm not sure how that's going to work. So what is possible is I could release the save file for Brimstone, and I'll probably release the Armageddon Engine as a for people to play around with and tweak the settings and try to make their own versions. So once the game maker is generally available, I'll probably try to release this as something people can try out. As far as an alpha of the game, I have several land of my own. I might be able to publish this to it. There's also the possibility that this specific level will not work in a future version because as the game maker advances, there might be some dramatic changes to things that happen, and this might get broken by future updates. So I will try to release this or some version of this for people to experiment with and kind of learn how physics and things work in the game maker. So I will try to get that out there for you guys. Is it possible to build an underwater world as well? Well, yes and no. There's not really like proper swimming yet as far as gameplay goes. There are water blocks. So is that the animated one? It might only be animated in when it's playing. Let's see here. Let me get my guy down here. So water, like swimming, doesn't really work at the moment. But you can go in water and you can put stuff in water. So like this is, everything's kind of blue. So you can go in water, and I could put objects in the water. So we'll see how water physics work later on. I'm sure that will get figured out into a better situation in the future. As far as building a water world, I mean you can put water blocks elevated. So like you could build a structure and then put water over it, and you wouldn't have to worry about it like flooding things. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. I love like Atlantis, underwater world kind of stuff. So I would like to see that myself. Crypto Bosson, I love this game. Yeah, me too. Just to catch up, is it now possible to buy land and deploy anything there yet? It is not possible to deploy yet. You can buy, and we're actually doing the giveaway soon. Just a couple more minutes, guys, and we'll do the giveaway. We've got 61 entries, so we got a lot of people. I don't think I can show any more entries than what's up there, but yeah, I'll be giving away one in just a few minutes here, and you can usually pick up some on OpenSea, or I think there's a couple other places you can trade them, and there will be a 4th presale coming up soon, and I believe after that, I don't remember if there's a 5th presale or if it just opens to the general public, but if you check out the Sandbox Medium articles, it explains the whole how it's all going to work. And let's see, beautiful train editing. Yeah, it's very easy to use. It's nice being able to just kind of like draw stuff. That's actually how I did the whole clouds for the whole level up around this. Is I just I built out a little bit so I wouldn't accidentally put clouds inside, and then I just drew all over it with a white brush. You just built a gigantic dog poo. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's a mountain. Okay, we're gonna call that a mountain of dog poo. So 166K. Oh yes, thank you, Psycho. That's Psycho Damien says 166K. So that I believe that's the total number of land parcels. Some of those are in estates, so you might have like a 3x3, which would be 9 land or whatever. But yeah, 166 sounds right. So thank you for sharing that. Oh yeah, and a bunch of Max TV. Yeah, you guys are all saying it, but I was further up in the chat trying to answer more questions. Is there a player limit on one land? I believe it's 64 players is what the goal is. The dev team is trying to make sure that's well optimized so everybody has a good experience. But the idea is that each land could have multiple instances. So let's say you build a multiplayer like a battle royale game. You would have 64 players in one match, but you could have multiple matches running. So there could be more than one instance of the game with up to 64 players. Will there be Game Maker tutorials? You bet your butt there will be Game Maker tutorials. That's one of the reasons they hired me. Yeah, so right now I'm not doing tutorials for the Game Maker other than just kind of sharing what I'm working on in the Game Maker, because so much of this stuff is going to look different. There's going to be so many new features. It's going to be really difficult to make a tutorial, especially since none of you can use this right now. You wouldn't be able to do anything with the tutorial, and then by the time you get a version, everything that I said will be out of date. So there will be tutorials, just later when it's closer to time for everybody seeing it. Yes, Sebastian, thank you. I want to say synth, but it's Sithicent V. Sebastian did do a tutorial sort of on YouTube, and that was kind of more for our people in the Game Maker Fund, and kind of to show people interested in investing like how things work. So it's sort of like what I'm doing now, but it was a little more like to the point, because it wasn't alive with questions. No collision on the water blocks. So yeah, the water, I was just going right through it. So that's why I said swimming doesn't really work yet. There's no like resistance to the water, but you can go through the water. So if you built something underwater, you can go and like explore it. Yeah, you're welcome, PBX, for answering the questions. And yeah, lots of possibilities, really cool stuff. It is a very easy to use game maker. I'm just scrolling through all these messages. You guys are very talkative today. Let's see. And yes, it is a 1x1 land. Open NFT asks ETA for Builder to be released. I don't know. I think it's going to be soon for the limited release to landowners. I know that they're very busy working on squashing some bugs and getting new features ready. There's new features that they're demoing that I don't have access to yet. You might have seen on Twitter the other day that they showed damage to a character, and I don't have that in my version. So there are lots of new features coming out, and they're just making sure they all work nicely. So we will see when that will be, but hopefully soon. POS terminals, I believe that is planned at WellPub. They are trying to get stuff like that in there. It's not something that's a feature yet, but I know the whole Sandbox team is really interested in making blockchain and crypto experiences like actually integrated into the games. So it's not just like the way you buy assets for your game. It's actually like part of the gaming experience. They really want to open up that as a both as an educational and just like a new kind of experience for people. Signed up to VoxEdit. Is the game editor coming soon? Yeah, they had sort of answered that just a minute ago. It's on its way, but it's not quite there yet. When is the 4th presale? Don't know. Hi, Hollows DL. Can you buy an OpenSea from somebody who sells? Yes, yeah, you can trade and buy and sell land on OpenSea right now, and also the NFT assets. So somebody at the very beginning of the video won a copy of the coin fountain that I made. That I'll be trading to them on OpenSea probably, or either sending it directly to their wallet. Prices for the 4th presale, they are available on Medium. So if you go through the Sandbox's Medium articles, they do say the prices. It's going to be about $48 or $50, I think, for the 4th presale per land. There's the volume discount. I don't remember the exact price off the top of my head. Is gambling allowed? Could someone build a casino? So that's something that we've been talking about in the staff, and I don't think it's quite settled yet. There are considerations we have to make in countries like in the United States. It's illegal for minors to gamble, and we do want this game to be available to minors. So that's something that we have to consider very carefully, exactly how those rules will work out. We might have some sort of self-policing system. We've talked about that for other things, about a self-policing community, and we need to make sure that we're not, putting kids in a dangerous situation or upsetting their parents or getting in legal trouble. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that gets involved with gambling. So it is something that I know a lot of people are interested in creating, but yeah, we'll have to figure that out. Some starter assets, like, was there a beginning to that question? I don't see. So Hagar Elite Sauce says some starter assets like switches, buttons, bumpers, etc. to achieve the same purposes as you've shown would be great to have to work eventually with too. So yeah, there are some assets in here already. I think the game maker's getting mad that I've been letting it sit for so long. There we go. It wanted attention. Whoa. Either that or it's not happy about the streaming. I saw somebody, I didn't answer this question earlier. Somebody asked me about my rig. My rig is not particularly amazing. It's kind of a mid-tier gaming PC, and it's like 3 years old now. I've got a AMD FX 6300. Okay, yay, we're back. All right. Thank you, everybody. I see that viewer count's going back up. Come back, guys. I wasn't done. Oh, I'm sorry. I lost the whole chat log because Restream chat restarted. And basically, the contest is still going. So I've got 70 entries. And I can still, everybody who entered is still entered in. So that didn't go away. I'm really sorry, guys. Yes, we are back online. I clicked, somebody asked about assets, like preset assets, and I clicked the asset button to show the panel, and then just everything froze, and I couldn't get it back. So we are back on. We've got 71 entries in the giveaway, and we're gonna do the giveaway. I'm gonna give you guys like 3 minutes to enter. If you didn't enter already, go to twitch.tv/thesandboxgame and type in !Sandbox rules into the chat. That is the winner of the previous entry. So yeah, it's kind of glitched up right now on that screen. I do see that's Gorilla Jacket won an NFT at the beginning of the stream, and the contest is still going on. So I don't know if I can force that to refresh, or can I get it to update? It's not showing up correctly, but I can see on my screen. I think I can show that, yeah. You can see everybody who's entered here. So, no worries, guys. You're all there. So yeah, somebody asked about my specs, and I've got an AMD FX 6300 and a NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti. So that's like an average gaming PC from like 4 years ago. So I don't know, the combination of streaming and whatever just kind of made it freak out. But we are going to end the giveaway now. Quickly enter. You got 10 seconds to type in !Sandbox rules and make sure you are in there. And everybody ready? All right. Ebriel, you are the winner. So hopefully you're still here. And I am going to contact you with direct message right after we end the stream here. So this is just closing everything up, guys, because I pretty much showed you everything there was to show. So before everything crashed. So, yeah, harm over. Looking to keep my kids occupied with something productive. Yeah, we're trying to make this kid friendly. So our back before all this craziness, we did have Sebastian, our COO, sorry, was going to schools all over the world and introducing teachers to this stuff. They're very interested in making this an educational experience for people too. Tell us a clue short description on what your first choice in the VoxEdit contest. I don't know if I can say. I have two that I hope will win, and I don't know. They're like the most epic things that I've ever seen. So, but all of the top 10 are really good. So, yeah, I have two that are like close to my heart for different reasons, and yeah, but they're all really good. We had a lot of great entries, and it was a lot of work to narrow it down to the top 10. So that's actually why it's taken so long, because of everything that was involved. It had a whole bunch of staff voting on them and stuff. So, yeah, reminder for everybody: keep an eye out on the Sandbox Twitter and Medium to make sure you see when voting goes live for the community vote, and that's going to decide the top winners. Thank you, Hagar. And let's see. Audio video still isn't back. Should I try to re-enter? It should be up on everything. It looks like it's working across Twitch, so I'm not sure why it's not back. Any explosions, void physics? There's, I'm sure there will be some sort of explosion mechanic. Right now, I kind of make things explode by smashing them together with physics and making them go flying. What is the limit on number of assets that can be supported in a single land? I don't know of a hard limit. I haven't hit it yet, and there were hundreds of rocks in that trailer. And let's see. Yeah. So let's everybody congratulate Gorilla Jacket for winning the NFT and Ebriel for winning the land. And I'm gonna show that trailer one last time, so people can kind of see what we're doing. If you missed it at the very beginning, we're just gonna take a look at the video here. And so this is what I was working on. All right. So yeah, that's what I worked on this past week, and yeah, it looks like 2020. So that's just kind of a taste. This is what early alpha looks like in the game. So there's going to be a lot more cool stuff coming out, and I'm really excited to be working with that stuff. So, doing a guide to build assets. Well, you can check out my YouTube channel. I will be making new VoxEdit tutorials in the hopefully some coming out this next week, because of the new VoxEdit UI update. The channel's called Voxelize. So if you go to youtube.com/VoxLize, that's my channel. I have tutorials for a couple different voxel editors, but VoxEdit is specifically the one for the Sandbox. And as I make Sandbox Game Maker tutorials, they'll be going up there too. So you can always check that out. And yeah, so that's it for me today, guys. I'm really sorry that the stream crashed right at the end, but hopefully next week we will have all the technical difficulties ironed out. And I believe we'll be doing another giveaway next week also. So definitely subscribe to the Sandbox on Twitch, or you can subscribe to my channel, Kamisazi. Yeah, congratulations, Ebrio. So I'll be messaging you right after I go offline here. So anyway, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, don't go anywhere, and I will hopefully see you guys all next week. All right, have a good one.